All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, you can hear me. Seems like ever since I yanked them wires out yesterday, everything's not working good. All right. Going to show you a couple things here. I'm trying to figure out how I can get these photos into my computer, but I can't figure out how to do it. Trying to get them out of this phone that I use. It's got no service on it, so I can't open up YouTube and download them off of this thing, but I took some photos. Let's look at the little pink pig and how what a horrible thing we've been looking at here. This trafficking, drug, politic, church cult thing. All right, as you can see, this is the board. They came here with three boards and they covered the signs that were already here. Like, they have these giant signs saying what this apartment complex is, countryside apartment, all that. But it had Trump's name on it, agriculture, USDA, what all this stuff. And it was growing crazy around here, right? Literally. It was complete madness. I think it was a political war that was going on between these people, between these Democrats and the Republicans or whatever it was. It was crazy. But this was going on within these people. People were standing up saying they were tired of, the drywall was falling off of the hallway and cracks all over. All right, let me see what else we got here. And what do I think? I believe one of these people or these people did use some kind of a chemical or something. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Hold on. And I do believe it was this thing that they used. This was what, and there was more of these. This is what they found uh, when the housing development said no propane tanks or anything on the property or whatever, or you're not allowed to have them in your apartments or anything like that. People went nuts. There was probably about five or six of them by the garbage. But this is what they found was these pink ones, these pink these pink propane tanks, right? The big ones. Now I don't know which residents had these propane tanks uh, in their apartments or what they were even using it for, but I got a pretty good idea because there was a lot of people getting sick around here. So, is that possibly how these people did it? Is my question. And the reason they got away with this stuff, I do believe, is probably because they were all claiming they knew these people. It had some kind of a tip on it with a real wide end on it, almost like I don't know. I have no idea. But I'll see if I can find another photo. But it had like a little pig drawn on the side of it or whatever. And we know at this time they were throwing Trump's name around. And it wasn't long after that, they came here and put these boards over the sign here that said agriculture, USDA, yada, 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 Donald Trump, and Sonny Perdue, and a couple other people. Let me look here on the phone. Ah, where's my glasses? All right. Country Place. I'm going to read the thing on there. Country Place Apartments, Countryside Apartments, Sponsor Development, Country Place, Engineer, Sarah, Architect, 97 Dove Street, Avon, Contractor, Landmark, Contractor and Development, financed by United States Department of Agriculture, USDA rule, Donald J. Trump, and Sonny Perdue. And see, they came. Well, I'll have to show you some more, but you could see the signs of the apartment complex, right? It's like they put these signs are no longer here. For some reason, they took them down and they went back to the regular signs that they had. But as this was going on, or whatever they were doing, they stuck these signs, these big uh, plywood signs with this stuff on it, countryside apartments and developers and all this and that with Trump's name on it. And it was going pretty crazy. People were pissed. I mean, the guys that came in and remodeled and did everything here, they worked pretty quick, pretty fast. And that's good because they couldn't have people move out. You know, they did this while people were living in the apartments still, right? They came in, tore the floors up, the bathroom and all that, the floors in the bathroom, put new tubs in, new toilets, new floors, tore all the carpet out of the front rooms, put new linoleum in the kitchen and in the front room. Uh, Pretty fast. I mean, within a couple days. I mean, so fast. I don't even think by the time the mortar dried, it was so dusty in the apartments and everything. The mortar in the bathroom looks uh, not white. It looks like a off white or something because the dust, right? We just stuck to everything because they were moving pretty fast. I think there was like two teams. But then people got sick or whatever, and I don't know. And it got crazy. It wasn't long after that they put out a thing. No, no propane tanks or anything like that. But they told me that I don't know, 13, 14 years ago when I first moved in. No propane tanks. It's got to be charcoal. Uh, can't have no propane tanks or anything like that. But that was when I moved in. Since then, someone new took over to run the place. Now, I don't know if they uphold the laws or not, but there was propane tanks everywhere and everybody was going crazy. So I imagine it's very possible that someone gave them the word to do something and they used these propane tanks and opened them up, and who knows what was in them. I can tell you this much. I have no idea. But people in the front of the building were getting pretty sick, so I think everybody got sick real fast. So, we really don't know yet. The investigation's still going on. Well, a couple of they tried to shut down the investigation or whatever it was, shooting at people or whatever, driving people nuts. But we're going to continue to follow up on this story because, yeah, who knows what these people did? I have no idea. I mean, they're all saying Trump, 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 but who knows? They might have been pissed and maybe Trump gave the order. I don't know. But we will continue to find out here on this channel and report it. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but it's a corrupt town now. A lot of people are coming into town and they're saying, it's corrupt." Well, we kind of knew that already with this madness. I got to figure out how to get all this stuff out of this phone without having service on it. I don't know if I could plug a USB cord into my other USB cord and plug it into my. What do I think? I don't know. I think these people probably did something and might have tried to use Trump as an scapegoat, or it must be true what they're saying. They came in and did this, and they were taking orders by Trump and this Sonny Perdue, whoever he is. I have no idea. I've never met him. Who knows? Who cares, right? But at least we'll get the story out there. No. And it's pretty much these people in a group of people up here that have been causing it. I don't know. It's not my problem. That's why this government makes big money. That's why they make big money. So was there an attack? Oh, yeah, there was an attack. There was a couple of attacks. Of what? Who knows? Who knows what these people did? I'm guessing probably sarin gas or something. I don't know. These people were sick. Their legs and stuff were turning different colors and stuff. It was pretty crazy. I don't know. Maybe next time they'll listen to these people when they're screaming out for justice. The cops didn't do anything. They were walking around stupid themselves. Some of them cops didn't look good. They had like sores on them and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's for you to figure out, government, White House, all you guys out there. For one, we can shut the place down because it's a fire hazard. Uh, Fire can jump between each because the doors and everything, there's cracks in some of these doors and everything, gaps, like a 1/4 inch gap underneath the door. If a fire occurred uh, in the apartment across the hall and I had the window here, it sucked the fire right up into my. So there's codes and everything that, yeah, I guess they messed with the wrong dudes. Whatever happened, happened. I wouldn't doubt it if that's some of the people that are haunting this place. That ah, our crop dusters out today. I just heard them. I just heard them. crop dusting the crops. Crappy crops. Well, good morning to all of yous. Well, they're trying to get down to the bottom of this madness. Oh, I better put some peanuts out there for them little boogers, or they won't be happy. Let me check first and see if there's any major stuff. I just got up. I'm kind of. These people watch my videos. Last night I made a sound like I was casting out demons, and now one of these supernatural readers just did a video raised by a demon. You were raised by a demon. I believe it. Oh, I believe it. Let's check this out real quick. Well, I believe this whole country's gone demonic. I ain't gonna lie about it. It's cray cray.
Incredibly demonically possessed as well. I am picking up on someone who was straight up raised by a demon. And of course, what I mean by that is they were raised by a human being that is demonically possessed.
I believe it.
And I understand that some people don't believe that. Some people don't believe in demonic spirits.
Oh, I believe
But
it.
those people are wrong, quite frankly. And because they were raised by this demonic entity, of course, now this person is in turn incredibly demonically possessed as well. This is someone, collective, who could end up being arrested very soon. There could be a warrant going out for this person for your attempted murder.
Exactly.
This is someone who's been sending so many monitoring and familiar spirits towards you to stalk you and watch you. I am talking all day, every day. They are spiritually attacking you.
I believe it.
And it's all because, collective, you are speaking the truth about what they have done to you.
Exactly. You're going to pay big.
You are speaking the truth, and you are doing it very unapologetically and without any shame. And that
No, I'm not, because it was all over the news about this place, these people that run this place or whatever in South Bend. They killed a bunch of people, and it was all over the news. The administrative of the apartment complex that these people were living in, some of them died. They were dilapidated, same as here. Drywall all cracked, uh, lights from the hallway falling down. Uh, there was a couple guys that went up into the attic uh, to check and see because we had a couple trees fall on the roof. So one of the guys went up there, and I heard a ruckus out in the hallway. So I opened up the door and asked what was going on. He's like, "I'm going up in the attic." I'm like, "Oh, wow, all right. Let me know what's going on up there. Are there any animal? I hear something up there. Any animals or anything?" He crawled up there, and he come down within 5 minutes. He said, everything looks okay. I don't think anything went through the uh, trusses or anything like that when that tree fell, but he said it was horrible. I'm like, "What's up there? What is that, asbestos or something blown in there?" He's like, he was coughing. He's like, "Yeah, it's fine up there." I'm like, but he's like, "It's not good up there. It's not." I'm like, "All right, well, close that effing door." Like, close that attic door up there real good, seal it up, because that shit'll come in, right? It'll come down into the hallway and stuff. So yeah, I believe it. Demonic. Oh yeah. All right, let's continue with this. Do I believe maybe some of these people were possessed or something? Oh yeah, that's possible. Here's the thing: these people want to believe in the Bible, but they don't want to believe the devil, right? Oh, we believe in God. We believe. Well, the Lord said these things were real, but you people don't believe that. So you can't call yourself a godly person if you don't believe in God's word.
That is the problem, isn't it? How dare you, collective? How dare you speak your truth and not be ashamed about what this person and so many others have done to you? Don't you understand that they were trying to keep you bound and oppressed with shame? They wanted for you to be embarrassed because of what they did to you? Yeah, no. No, I don't think so. That is their shame to carry, not ours. The enemy, collective, they want to silence you with shame. But the problem with this is that God wants to use your story to set others free. This is someone who's been draining your energy for so long. If you ever feel tired or achy all over,
Oh yeah, that's
it could very well be because of this person. This is someone, collective, who is
well, it could be from these people send it doing their witchery, demonic stuff, or whatever. Or it could be the chemicals that they were releasing from these propane tanks or whatever that I showed you. We're really not sure. We don't know, but I ain't going away anyway. I'm not going to. I'm calling in the Shrek, calling in the Angel. These are all guys from the military and shit. Bringing in platoon and government. We'll step in too late. Too late. You're stepping in to try and cover it up, maybe for, maybe some of these people knew Trump. Maybe it was the golf course people out here, right? We got 2 golf courses in this little town. Really not sure. I'm not sure, but boy, they as soon as this stuff was going on, they stuck up then. them signs over the other signs that I showed you of uh, big sign with Trump's name on it. Some other people, rural development or something. I, I don't know. Maybe these people were, maybe the stuff that they sprayed or were in those propane tanks or whatever. I mean, I've been here a long time. I've been here, uh, I don't know, a long time, right? Before these new people took over, these maintenance guys took over. We had one maintenance guy here, Kevin, that used to work here. The dude was really good, but he had another job. But he worked here also as a maintenance guy. And they had some woman that was running the place, Michelle at that time. Her name was, and she was pretty good. If you called her or anything, and there was something wrong, at the apartment or something going on here, she would act on it. Right? We ain't gonna have none of that crap here at this place. But they got rid of her, and they got rid of the maintenance guy, Kevin. But I heard Kevin passed away. I heard Kevin died. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard Kevin passed away. Now, what from? I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Is affiliated with the Freemasons or maybe even the Eastern Stars, some sort of secret society, right?
Yeah, she's probably right.
And the Holy Spirit is saying that if you really pay attention, like if you really look into this person's eyes, you can see the demonic entities within them. That is the degree to which this person is riddled with demons.
Jeez.
And there is something that you could have recently revealed about this person that will lead to them being massively shunned and canceled for good. All eyes are on you at this time.
Well, it was pretty crazy. They had a team, they had two teams of guys that came here. And they also had an Amish crew, right? Because this is all Amish uh, country, pretty much. We got a lot of Amish in this town, and there was a war supposedly going on. I'm not sure, right? But they did have an Amish team that was working here, Amish crew, and them boys work. Let me tell you something about the Amish. They work, right? They are good workers. They're good carpenters and stuff like that. No, I don't know if these people were trying. I really don't know what happened. All I know is it was crazy, and they were trying to blame the Amish for certain stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't think it's the Amish. They don't do. The Amish ain't into this kind of stuff, right? Propane tanks and uh, what was going on here. The Amish really don't do it, and we don't have no Amish living at these apartment complexes, right? Amish are a tight knit group, and they loan each other their own money, right? They don't go to banks for loans. The Amish out here have their own bank, right? If they need a loan, they go to the elder of the uh, community of Amish, and they get a loan and they build a house. Most of the time, the family builds their own house for their children or whatever, and their children live in that house with their new wives or new husbands or whatever.
This is someone, collective, who could be a part of or connected to, either way, a very dark internet cult. This is a cult that practices mind control. And this person, excuse me, they come from a Luciferian bloodline. there's someone else within this cult. They are going to end up passing away. They have simply done too much to you. These energies, collective, they wanted you dead and gone because they wanted to get away with what they stole from you.
Yeah, my
But
money.
not only are you not dead, not only are you not going anywhere, they will be forced to pay back every dime that they've stolen from you. Much love.
You need the best footage for your
Much love. No, like I said, and it's funny that she mentioned shunned. These people will be shunned. Only Amish do that. No, and I'm telling you, I don't think it was Amish. I really don't. It might have been Amish. It might have been, but I don't think so. Maybe somebody tried to blame the Amish or something for it, but usually Amish are very peaceful, very calm, uh, very polite. They don't talk to very many people. Uh, they're trying to open the community. The Amish community is trying to open up to be nice to the Englishmen, and I think that's what it was. It was like the Amish were going to be on this job site to do this remodeling, and I don't know if the English contractors were upset or whatever, but the Amish are pretty good workers, right? They pretty much have everything wrapped up around here. Uh, with food, they provide the food, and with uh, labor, they have giant labor crews, right? It's unbelievable. I've seen these people move a giant barn. Either way, either taking it apart piece by piece and rebuilding it somewhere else, or they literally pick the whole barn up and they'll move it to a different part of the property. And it's unbelievable. There'll be thousands of them out there. And they literally put these beams through this barn and they all grab hold of these beams and they pick it up, the whole barn, and they move it as a unit, walking. It's unreal. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, what have these people done to our little? Who knows? I can tell you, it pretty much started when they put the Ten Commandments up in town. That's pretty much when it started because I wasn't even here. I think I was living in my house at that time when they put the Ten Commandments up in town. I'm not sure. I think so, but I heard of rumors that it was kind of wild in town, but I never seen it. I only came to town to get food and gas, and I was on my way, or McDonald's or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Do I believe it probably happened? Oh yeah, I believe it. Money and stuff. These people probably do. It was a political war at that time. The state was blue, and then all this stuff Trump was running. We had people coming in selling T-shirts on the corners out here. We had vans. They would just open up the doors and put up these big signs, T-shirt, Trump T-shirts, and it was just it was a mad hot political war or something, or religious war or something, and madness occurred and everything. People getting sick and everything. People asking the construction crew, put this up, put that up, and why ain't you putting plastic up? It's getting dusty, and people getting. It was just crazy. It was crazy, and all the time these older ladies and stuff on this side of the building would come knocking on my door. What? Why are they doing? I'm like, well, just stay in there, put your mask on, and they'll be in and out within a day. And and they were. There was like 8 dudes or five, 6 dudes that would work on one apartment, and they'd come in. They tore the cabinets out of the kitchen. They scraped up the linoleum floor uh, with a machine. Yeah, it was dusty. It was pretty dusty. I will say that. It was pretty dusty. And they did work pretty fast, and they did good work. It's just some of these people were complaining about it. And what could you do? Well, who did it? Who knows? How many propane tanks? I don't know. And then people were complaining because somebody was cooking meth on the other side of the apartment complex or lived there that was dealing meth or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Who was working at one of the town in the stores in town, and it was a group of them. It was crazy. It was crazy. And that's probably what we're seeing. Now, I will be back here because I got to put some peanuts out here. I got to put some peanuts out here for these little squirrels and these birds. So I'm going to end this video. I'll be back. I don't know how I can. I'm trying to figure out how to get these photos out of here without having to show them on taking photos of them, because then you'd probably be able to see them clearer. I'm trying to look here. Let me put my glasses on. Yeah, it says all this was financed by the United States Development of Agriculture, USDA Rural Development, Donald Trump, President of the United States, Sonny Perdue, Secretary of Agriculture. Now, whether that's because they were remodeling here and it was Trump's money that they were using or whatever, but I have no idea. But once people started getting sick, I sprung in the action. Something's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back. I got to put some peanuts out there for the birds so they can feed and squirrels. I'll be back.